what I found very strange, and this flight is really strange. That meal is awful. It tastes like laundry detergent. And there's some dodgy things happening right in front of me, so the security here is very increased.
Today we are boarding a very bizarre flight from Chengdu in China to Tashkent in Uzbekistan, with flight marshals that would constantly record me, food that tasted like chemicals, on an airline nobody has ever heard of, though they possess more than 100 planes. Join me on a flight on Loong Air on a very strange but entertaining adventure. I spent a couple of days in China flying the new Chinese-built and manufactured Comac 919 plane, and also visited the highest airport in the world with 4,411 meters before taking a trip back to Chengdu on Sichuan Airlines. The Panda capital just recently opened a new airport, which is an absolute masterpiece, so I was eager to experience it. But what I was even more eager to try was a new and unheard airline, so I was delighted to book myself a flight on Loong Air on a very strange route to Tashkent. No idea why they operate such a niche flight, but that's why we're here to find out today.
Cute pandas everywhere. Guys, a beautiful good morning from Chengdu International Airport, an impressive piece of architecture, and today we're flying Loong Air on the Airbus A320neo all the way to Tashkent. So let's do this, let's go and check in. This is all a bit strange and weird because it's 7 a.m. The flight is supposed to leave at 9:15 and the check-in counter still hasn't opened yet. It's strange because usually for international flights it's like 3 or 4 hours prior, but here they seem to take their time.
The check-in counter would then finally open, but just for 1 hour, which I haven't seen before. However, the staff was very friendly and checked me in without any issues.
Thank you. Bye bye. So there we go, all checked in for my flight to Tashkent. Chengdu Tashkent is a very interesting niche kind of flight, and I don't think it's very busy. There was like max 20 people on the line, and there's some dodgy things happening right in front of me. There was some random guy asking whether he could carry a little parcel to Tashkent. Dodgy, I wouldn't do that. God knows what's inside there, no? Anyways, now let's head to the gate. Everything's working fine. Just gonna hope I make the connection in Tashkent as well. That's gonna be very tight. We got this. So I don't know whether that's smart or scary, but you can scan your face here and it will tell you your gate. Let's see if it works. That's pretty scary. But it did tell me my gate, 131. You do that in Germany, there would be a massive public outcry.
Loong Air is operating a fairly big fleet with over 70 Airbus A320s, and they're based in Hangzhou. Have you ever heard of Loong Air before? Let me know in the comment section below.
So this is my flight, the Airbus A320neo, and as you can see there's heaps of cargo being loaded onto the plane. I don't know whether you remember my flight from Beijing to Turkmenistan, where I had a massive 777 all to myself, but it was packed with cargo. This is kind of the same. It is when a Chinese delegation meets a Uzbek delegation for state visit, and then they come up with to like strengthen bilateral ties. They come up with like weird flights like this. Sometimes also dodgy stuff being loaded on that plane. And Loong Air isn't even based here in Chengdu. They are in Hangzhou, which is near Shanghai, so it's quite far away from here as well. But it's what it is. But you find random flights like this quite often between China and other nations.
It was then time for us to board this mysterious flight to Tashkent. And while I make my way onto the airplane, feel free to hit the like button or subscribe for more aviation adventures. Thank you very much.
Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN, my travel companion for the past 5 years. So let me give you a few good reasons why you should get Surfshark VPN as well.
By using Surfshark VPN, you get around online censorship. Whether you want to access TikTok in India, make video calls in the Middle East, or use Instagram in Russia, and all this while protecting your online identity, especially when using public Wi-Fi.
My favorite perk? Finding cheaper flight deals by changing my location using a VPN, and I'm also able to access different Netflix libraries or watch the highlights of my favorite football team by getting around geolocation blocking. By clicking the link in the description box below or using the code word Josh Cahill, you will get 4 additional months for free. And if you sit comfortably in front of your TV, just scan this QR code here and it takes you right to the offer. Now, let's go back to the review. Hey, how are you? 22. Hey, just one. Thank you.
And here we are, welcome on board Loong Air's 320 Neo with 174 seats. They kind of offer 18 seats of a Euro-style business class for literally double the price, but from what I can see, I'm sure it's not really worth it. Otherwise, the cabin was rather new and looked very clean as well.
So guys, and here we are, welcome on board Loong Air. It gives a very strong budget airline vibes. Cabin is very basic. Also, crew seems very stressed because usually on Chinese airlines, crew's super kind, super lovely, especially to foreigners. But here it's not really the case. Yeah, might has its reasons because it's a very strange flight, very strange route. So, but yeah, let's see what the next 6 hours are going to be like, what we get surfed here, and what the overall experience is going to be like as well.
We then pushed back for an on-time departure, and a lot of you guys have been asking about the camera and microphone I use to film these videos, so I put together a list with all the gear I use. You can find the link in the description box below.
So we are a good hour into the flight. Some water was served, but that's about it. I don't know what it is. It's going to be a hot meal or any sort of food. What I found very strange, and this flight is really, really strange, is that every 5 minutes, so there's 2 sky marshals on board, and both have a body cam literally located right in front of their chest. And every 5 minutes, they walk through the cabin while the body cam is recording, because you can see the red light blinking, and that once confirms that there must be something really weird in the belly of this airplane. So the security here is very increased. Don't know why, because I've been on plenty of flights within China or to China or from China, and while you always have sky marshals, but you don't have them walk to the cabin every 5 minutes, record passengers. That just doesn't make any sense. But as I said, a very odd flight here. Nothing adds up here. Nothing makes sense. But nice to experience it.
I kind of settled with the idea that there wasn't going to be any service, so I enjoyed the beautiful view and started to edit my next video, but then all of a sudden the crew started the meal service.
Chicken rice, please. Thank you. So we are 2.5 hours into the flight. Finally, a hot meal is sitting right in front of me. I could choose between chicken rice and chicken noodles. Decided to go with the chicken rice, and then there's a yogurt, a bun, and that's pretty much it. Doesn't seem like there's any beverage service, but now let's dig in and let's see what it tastes like. I also find it actually quite interesting how they have chicken or chicken to choose from. No beef or chicken, chicken or chicken. Why not? That meal is awful. It tastes like laundry detergent. You know that, do you remember that feeling when you put a piece of soap in your mouth as a kid and then you have that sensation in your mouth? It's exactly the same. And like I can now feel how it's producing a lot of saliva, and it's just weird, chemical reaction in my mouth. That's what it feels like. I don't know what's in there, but it's disgusting. It's really gross. I can't eat this. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it tastes really, really odd. It's not edible at all. But it kind of like matches the overall experience on this flight. So, I don't know.
After this really, really bad meal, I decided to chill for a bit since it made me feel a little sick and even my nose started to bleed. But I wouldn't blame the meal for this. After the air marshal went for his 50th round of recording every passenger, for whatever reason, we slowly started our descent into Tashkent, the capital of Uzbekistan. I've been here on a few occasions and I really love the stans. What is your favorite stan? I personally would pick Kazakhstan as my personal favorite, but I would love to hear your opinion on that as well. While we taxied to the gate, I spotted some Soviet beauties, but also this mysterious red-looking Airbus A330. Have you seen this plane before? I really wonder which airline it belongs to. If you have a guess, let me know in the comments.
And here we are. Welcome to Uzbekistan, Tashkent. Bye-bye.
Interestingly, 90% of my arrivals in Tashkent were always bus gates, and I wonder whether the jet bridges are reserved for Uzbekistan Airways only. But it always gives you a nice view of the plane. Are you team jet bridge or do you prefer a bus gate? Let me know in the comment section below.
So, and here we are. Welcome to Uzbekistan, Tashkent. What to make of Loong Air? Well, there's a lot, many more better Chinese airlines out there. And in 2023, Chinese airlines have upped in their game so much. They're really good, crew is lovely, food is usually great, so are the planes. But this one, the plane was alright, budget airline, no worries. Crew was such a letdown. The food was awful. I still have that weird taste in my mouth. And then the thing that put me off the most is, and I haven't seen that on any Chinese airline before, it's like that every 5 minutes a guy walks with his body cam through the cabin and films everyone, which is quite weird. I don't know whether this is exclusively to Loong Air, or whether because it was such a weird flight with a lot of cargo, I don't know what's in those boxes, but maybe that was the reason. But otherwise, I can't explain it really. And that was the weird thing about flying Loong Air. And as like crew, usually I've been so spoiled with Chinese airlines. They're always so lovely, always so nice, especially the foreigners. But also on this flight, the crew was just like really not, or whatever. So I wouldn't really recommend Loong Air. I think there's a lot of better Chinese airlines out there. Flight was also quite expensive, with $550. But then it's quite of a niche flight as well, right? It got me from where I needed to be, and that's what matters by the end of the day. This is it, guys. Gonna catch my next flight, but if you want to like have access to some extra perks, such as my WhatsApp group, have your name in the credits, get the Cahill keyring, or attend my monthly Zoom sessions, check out the link in the description box below. And yeah, this should be it for today. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Loong Air. And yeah, subscribe if you don't want to miss out on my next adventure. And wherever you're off to, have a safe trip.